Well, hello, and thank you, Samsara. Hi, Amy. Hi, Annie. How are you all doing this evening? It's been a long day. It was a good day, Annie. Hopefully, things are calm. We were working through trying to fix the Stream Deck connection because it decided to go wonky as all get up. And we ended up going in a completely different direction. We have Annie set up with a two PC streaming setup. Which is fantastic, and hopefully it leads to some wonderful streams. I can't wait to see what you're able to do with that. I also hope that you had a great dinner. I know you had to run and get some food. I made terrible decisions. This is the, you need a last minute. Your voice mod isn't working. Okay. We have more to work on. You need a break. Yes, absolutely. Take a break. So that was something. A few things, like I was saying, I made some bad choices, having no time and realizing, oh my God, I had breakfast at 11 and it's now 5:30. And I was like, I have not eaten. I have not done anything that I need to do to get ready for stream. Like, oh my gosh, you're going to take a wander and make a phone call. Well, enjoy. Should I whine? I mean, this sounds very, very personal. What do you want to whine about? And what flavor? So I made a quick trip to Arby's. I got a little Jamocha shake and a soda. And as Amy says, I mean, yes. So that was my rapid last minute dinner. It was good though. Do you even need to ask? It's a fruity one. Well, that sounds like a weekday kind of a thing right there. So a few things. First, our minis from last night. I'm going to bring these up onto this camera, even though, yes, we won't have these as the final shots. But we've got to put a little bit of a wash on here, but we had our headless horseman with the flaming skull as in focus as it wants to get. And the detail on this was phenomenal. So we did paint up the bases today while I was on the call with Annie. The bride with that seafoam white effect around her dress turned out really, really nice. Really happy with how that came out. And then, our little specter with the darker green tint, getting more to that Baja Blast kind of color. You're going to have a pickle beer when you get back. That sounds wonderful. So we got some minis painted yesterday. A couple other things. Amy, I called out to you yesterday towards the end of stream, but I think you were already gone. This is my stack of coloring books. So apparently I have too many and more than I thought I had. So I will be holding them up in just a moment. But first I wanted to hold up something else from the Gamers for Trans Rights fundraiser that we did. I did end up ordering a shirt. I haven't worn it yet. I just found it today that it had arrived while I was gone. Let's go around the other side of the microphone. There we are. So just a cute shirt with the heart and the trans rights that Miss Mary TV made. So I was really excited to have that waiting for me when I got home. It is, isn't it? So was really excited to get that shirt. It's also available in blue and a couple others, and I believe that Valerie's keeping that up until the end of the month, with all of the profits that we get from it going right back to the charity. So hopefully I typed that right. Yeah, there we go. All right, on to this stack. I'm going to save this one on top for last. So we have quite the variety of coloring books here. Some serious, some completely, absolutely not. So starting with Boss Babes, which is just fun, different, famous women. Coloring books, so excited you can't type, right? Malala. So they're not all super detailed or anything. They're just different ones that we've collected. So this one is actually just a Barbie one. And what I tend to do is instead of getting coloring books, I try to get watercolor books because I find that the pages are a little bit thicker. And not that I do a ton of coloring anyway, but a lot of the coloring books here end up being especially kid focused, they're like a brown page that's really thin. And these ones are a very bright white page. They're really thick paper and they're only one-sided. So So I really like getting the watercolor books instead when I can. And of course, no, they can't find me. Oh, that's fine. I don't need to be in focus. That terrible craft paper. Exactly. So A Soul Bird's Journey. And this one, probably more in line with the kind of stuff that you're looking at. It's kind of got more of that adult focus where there's different details and stuff in it. Some little tiny details on the page. And it works well for markers, yeah. No collection is complete with fuck off, I'm coloring. Where you get rejected. Or the classic shit show. It's a good series, right? I never know where some of these come from. It's just like, this is something we've probably got in a check stand. Creative coloring inspirations. Today is going to be awesome. And then be proud of who you are. And I'm picking these pages totally at random. It's not like I planned ahead. Then there's ones like this. This is Rose Art's Ultimate Artist. And part of me is like, Rose Art is like, that one looks like a magazine style. Right, exactly. This one is really cool because it has these super reflective ones. It has these that are almost like a vellum, where you can kind of see through the paper as I'm moving it around there. It has an entire section of fuzzy posters. And then at the back, it gets into the more detailed pieces. So it's a Ultimate Artist has all of those different ones. Yeah, the velvet ones. If you want to destroy your markers overnight, here you go. But it's Rose Art, so they're the ones that make the velvet posters usually here. Zen Coloring, Advanced Art Therapy. So these are ones that I got more for my ex so that she could use them just to kind of focus on something. Multiple copies of the Zen ones, or a couple of Zen ones. Yeah, they're good ones. Trolls, Fairies, and Elves. Not very detailed, but I just had to have trolls, fairies, and elves, and mermaids, and all sorts of fantastical creatures. I haven't even looked at this one. This is Crayola, Say What, Bold and Fearless. So it looks like it's another one with a bunch of different words and things like that in it. So more of just something to color for fun. Let's go that way. Show your true colors in black and white. Almost there, about 5 to go. There's so many coloring books. Designing colors with more patterns. Kind of seeing a trend form here. This one is a magazine. This is Do Magazine. So it does have coloring pages in here, but it also has a bunch of other crafts. This one has like some journaling ideas, using your coloring patterns in DIY furniture stuff. So there's a lot of different craft ideas for these magazines. This is a tiny one, mandalas. So same kind of idea with those patterns again. Lots very focused on meditative type coloring rather than that high detail. Just another one, peaceful patterns, same thing. There's a bookmark in this. Oh! No idea who colored this one, but there is one of those vellum pages. It's done to be like stained glass. So if you actually look at the color, the side that's colored, you can kind of see some denting, but on the other side, it's designed to look like stained glass once it's colored. So you actually show the opposite side. I thought it was a bookmark. That was even better. Color by numbers. So if you want something to guide you on your way, there is that as well. Of course, I don't know if it actually has a guide to the colors. It kind of does in the front. It has a guide. But it's just trying to say like, oh no, there it is. It's in the back. So it actually has their recommended colors and their recommended versions of the colored in pages. Color by numbers are very fun for a zone out. Yeah, exactly. And that was kind of the idea, was getting these for zone out moments when you needed to separate a little bit from reality, just focus on self, how you're feeling, that kind of stuff. And then Art Nuevo, posters, make your own masterpiece. So these ones are more, as I pull up another like sign one, but more paintings, that type of idea. And then the last one I had to have, because of course it's a Disney Princess one, but it's Disney Princess Art Therapy. And so you get into it, and again, patterns and all of the details that they have in here. And so it's like, yes, there's Ariel, but it's Ariel and a whole bunch of other things to just color in all of the little details. And it's just a really pretty book. So you have the villains version. Nice. Now I have a stack of books where the cats are going to jump up onto. So we'll see how long this stack of books stays here. So there you go. That's the coloring books. I pulled them in here last night to show you, so I'm glad that I held them in here and didn't put them back on the shelf last night. I'll get them back. There's a bookshelf in the guest room where the coloring books go, so they will slowly make their way back over there. So yeah, not much to say about today. Like I said, helped out with some computer stuff. Ran, got some lunch, got a little bit of things cleaned in the house, not a lot. I have a lot to do. Trying to get things in order. I'll be doing laundry, during the evenings this week. So that's good. The litter boxes are done. Being away for a week, they were not in good shape. They'd had some litter put on top, but they needed to be dumped. So that's done. And yeah, painted up bases while I was on a call. So it's kind of multitasking a little bit. And here we are. So yeah. I think, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to talk about. Oh, the other thing that I was working on is planning for TwitchCon, deciding with some friends on what to do about a place. Because last time when I went to TwitchCon, I ended up in San Diego. I spent about $1,000, and then two of my friends spent about $1,000, and we got our respective hotels. And then we spent the whole time hanging out together anyway. So reached out to a few and was like, hey, what do you think about getting a house instead? And we'll get a house for the weekend. And it looks like we're going to be able to get a house for a little bit more than what one of us paid for, or for what one of our hotels was last time. So we're crossing our fingers and finalizing the details on that. So I looked up a whole bunch of different places. Yes, it'll be a little bit off the strip, but we were like, the idea of sitting down with our friends, brewing our own coffee, and just sitting down around the table for a little bit and relaxing sounds so nice. So we're looking forward to that, and we're finalizing the last little bits, and then we're going to book our place. So really, really excited about that. I haven't bought tickets yet for flying down, and tickets for the actual event didn't go on sale until like a month before last year. So that'll be a last minute thing anyway. But having this out of the way, knowing that we'll have a spot to stay and good friends company is going to be so nice. I know there's a lot of people that won't be able to be there, so we'll be missing all of them as well. But really looking forward to being able to be there with the friends that can be there. So that was the other thing from today. Other than that, it's going to be back to the normal, humdrum of work again tomorrow and all the usual stuff. So one day it'll be nice to visit TwitchCon. It'll be nice to have you there, whether it's at the States or overseas. I know the other one, TwitchCon Europe, is in Paris this year, so that could be fun too. Well, let's go ahead and we'll stop the music and dive into the game. I'm not even sure the music ever played. I just looked over and saw that the volume slider was almost to the very, very bottom. And that's loud. There we go. We'll bring that down just a little bit. Okay. You were about to say what music? Yeah. Apparently I muted it. I don't remember if I did that when I started or when I turned it down and just forgot to drag it all the way. Lurkin, enjoy that lurk. Enjoy that phone call. Okay. What do we have for quests at the moment? Kids on patrol. Oh, we've got to go find all those kids that were out on patrol that did not come in for the night. That's right. So we're going to head... That's not right. That's towards Aerith's house. That's not where we want to go. So here we go. You're doing the work, Lurk, and should actually do the work. Yes, please do. We want to keep the bosses happy.
Hey there. How goes the patrol?
Great. I've been picking up garbage and giving people directions. Plus, I helped an old lady cross the street.
Oh, nice.
You've been
There's streets?
busy.
It's a normal day for me. Gotta work hard. The house depends on people's donations. Oh no! I'm late! Did you see Miss Folia? Is she mad? Oh, I gotta go! I'm sorry!
All right, she's headed back. Where's the next one? Are you still on patrol or different quest? Weapons on a rampage. Okay, that's a little different. Where are all the kids? We just need to find them in the area, I guess, is what we're doing. Here's another kid.
Hello, Cloud. Sir, it's a real honor to meet you. I think you soldier guys are awesome. I want to be strong and tough when I grow up, too.
You sound very determined.
These are dangerous times. A reactor blew up and a bunch of kids lost their friends and families. Who knows what might blow up next?
I guess that means more children might be coming to the house soon.
And I think the teachers are gonna have a whole lot more work to do.
Ooh.
Speaking of teachers, Miss Folia is looking for you.
Oh man, I completely forgot! I have to get back right now!
Hey, any mercs around? Somebody help me!
Okay, that one's after something else. We'll go deal with him after the kids.
Get your hands on the hottest new scents.
Hello? Kids on patrol, where are you? Hey, there's a box over here. With some gill, nice. What you all doing over here? A lot of you standing here. Hey kid, you getting work done?
Oh! You scared me!
Well yeah, you're
Hey
distracted.
there. How goes the patrol?
I've been watching them really close. I'm trying to learn all about the business.
You want to open up a shop of your own someday?
Yeah, so I can earn lots of money and use it to help the house. The teachers don't like to talk about it, but we know the donations aren't enough to keep things running. But that's a secret, okay? I'm not supposed to tell anyone. Anyway, I gotta go study.
are also voicing their anger and outrage with Avalanche. Instead of our regular programming, we will be bringing to you live the protest rally tomorrow.
Man, these guys really don't like us. They're unbelievable. Are we supposed to have a place to live with Avalanche blowing things up? Like, look, Avalanche is saving the world. You don't have to live underneath the plate. You can build a shack like this out in the regular world too and have a nice place. Maybe a field where you can grow your own food.
Cloud?
Yeah, hey.
There. How goes the patrol?
There's a lot more people on the streets than usual. Maybe because the reactor blew up?
Well, you've been keeping a very sharp lookout. But don't you think you're forgetting something important?
Oh, Miss Folia's lessons! I gotta get back to the house.
She didn't like that boop. Boop. Yeah, you boop back. I get it. Hey. How did I miss these boxes before? Bottle of Echo mist.
Wow, you're that soldier, right? Can I ask you a super important question?
You sure can.
I heard bad people broke the Mako reactor, and there's gonna be another war because of it.
No.
Is that true?
Who knows? But isn't there something else you should be worrying about right now?
I forgot about Miss Folia's lesson. I gotta head back to the house.
That's everyone. Let's go back to the house.
Aren't you?
Now listen to me. You stay away from there, all right?
I thought we'd put those days of war and death behind us. But Wutai won't let us move on.
I'm studying so I can read.
I can't believe I forgot all about the lesson.
But I want to climb up there. But I'm scared of the doggy.
That's what's called easy money.
We even got to be on TV.
We still have one kid to find, don't we? Yeah. Oh no, we've done them all. Okay. We're gonna go back and finish that in a minute. We're gonna go over here, and I think we're gonna get in a fight first.
Hey! Shinra weapons are on the rampage. 5 of them, like floating eyeballs.
Like floating eyeballs.
Scrap, but if they
Oh,
come back
no.
into town, it'd be a disaster. We need someone who's willing and able to fight.
I got you, buddy.
I'll handle it.
You will? Oh man, you're the best! I could hear them shouting intruder detected or some other nonsense when they floated off. Be careful, they look dangerous.
I'm sure they are.
This means another war's coming.
I think this is the right path. Oh yeah, they're there. Nuts and bolts. Weapons on a rampage. Let's go get them. Hey, we got a potion out of there. I don't think you smashed, do you? No. Watch out, Aerith. I think I just swung my sword right through you. Alright, here we go. Crossed into their territory now. Intruder alert, intruder alert. Luckily, we opened this up earlier, so the chase should be easier. In theory, anyway.
You're dead.
Oh, dang it. We got 2 of them on me? Hey, Eric, would you mind helping me get these things off of my face? Thanks.
Try to stay behind me.
That way I can cover your back.
Yes, please.
That's that.
Get him!
That's that.
Are there more?
That's it! This one's for you!
So many more. We started out with A through C. We've got H. You're back. Welcome back, Annie. you get some wine?
Not bad.
No, but you got chocolate. Even better. I mentioned that we went out to lunch with my grandparents and my mom when I was down in Portland, and just doing some stuff on the laptop. Good.
The Sector 5 Undercity Specialty Meatballs. Would you like a bowl of marsh?
Where the heck did I just step out to? Aerith, I don't think we were supposed to come this way. I think we're supposed to stay in the junkyard. We went out to a happy hour and got lunch, and so the menu's short. There's only so many things, and we asked my grandparents, like, what do you get? And they're like, oh, we always get the cheeseburger, and we never finish it. We always eat like half of it and take it home because it's so good and so filling. So we're like, well, we have to get the burger then. That's settled. We have to get the burger. And I started looking at the menu, and I'm like, they have a poke bowl. They have ahi tuna that's just a seared ahi with some peppers. That sounded really good. And so I kind of look at Tay, and I'm like, I want to get the ahi tuna, and I kind of want to get the cheeseburger. Should we get both and split it?
No turning back.
So that's what we did. And my grandparents look at each other, and they're like, huh, splitting. And my grandpa's like, looks at my grandma, and he's like, I've never thought about splitting a meal. Should we get, maybe we should get the burger and the fish tacos. And so that's what they did, and it was the cutest reaction.
One more shot.
Get it before it gets back up. Oh, ouch.
Buzz off.
Get your shield back down. I keep forgetting that these ones become immune to physical attacks after being attacked.
All good.
This one's for you.
He must be underground right now. Almost gone though. All right, let's get to see if you join that. Ouch! Just came out of nowhere.
Get him. Stay back.
We've been warned of an ad. What timing? God, you're taking a lot of hits here, bud. Maybe try to dodge a little. Ouch. Okay, we got one down. I think this will finish this one off. Yep. All right, one left. Come on, Aerith, we got this.
Buzz off.
That's what do you have? Blizzard? Sure. Ow.
Get ready.
All right, Cloud, let's do this. Almost done. No, it's hiding from us again. Yep.
not looking good.
No, it's not. Let's finish it so we can get to...
That's that.
Okay, good. Now heal yourself.
Patch myself up now.
Uh-huh. Patch up Cloud first. And then we'll use a couple of potions for you, Aerith. There you go. All right. We defeated the first 3. We are back, still on our feet, actually. Not back on our feet. We survived. Oh, that box is broken. It just didn't fall over. Okay. Look at the size of these shells. Like, Cloud could seriously fit inside of one of these. What do you think you were fighting that you need a bullet that big?
Try to stay behind me.
That way I can cover your back.
Every time I try to roll away, I've got one on my face before it'll let me.
One more shot.
Well, luckily they got their fill. Okay, where's our next goal supposed to be? Are we just supposed to get out of here? Go tell the person that we succeeded? I guess so. Alright, that's cool. Am I going the right way? Maybe. We'll give this a try. Oh yeah, that looks right. We go down the ladder right there. Sorry, Aerith. This way, please. You don't want me to head over there, do you? No. Need to do next on this? A third has been destroyed, but 2 remain. Oh. Okay, we're going back in. Supper was really good. You need to send me the recipe for the casserole. Yes, please. I need to schedule the cooking stream. Get ready to do that. Really excited too. We did a kind of surprise. I don't know if it was so much a surprise. We've been talking about doing it for weeks. Over on Tay's stream Friday night, we actually got together and Adam Bath came over and we cooked up meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and Brussels sprouts, which was fantastic. We made a heart-shaped meatloaf. I know Annie was there. But it was really fun, really tasty.
I've got this.
We went a little fast. We drank a little much before that. And so it was kind of just put the ingredients in the bowl. Let's go. We're starving. We'd eaten almost nothing all day. You were lurking but tied up, but other things looked damn good, though. It was. It really was.
That's that.
And we're safe.
Oh, put the gold back there. Well, I guess we're going to go all the way around then and get back there this way. Going the long way. It was kind of fun because Tay and I were both doing stuff, and so a lot of the stream, Adam was actually the one in front of the camera reading chat and talking. And it's funny because he's the one of us that doesn't stream. Okay, apparently going the really long way. Ah, there you are. Oh, we won't drop down on them. Let's just climb the ladder, nice and slow.
Focus.
Ow. Oh, I'm hurt. Really badly hurt. Okay, let's fix that real quick.
Second wind.
Go on! That was close.
Hated these things? Yeah, anything that reacts to your attack by changing what its strengths are and weaknesses and everything can be big challenges in these games. These ones alternating between if they're strong against magic or physical attack definitely makes that a challenge. Hey Cat, good to see you. Don't mind us, just fighting some Mark II mono drives that have fallen out of the sky into the Sector 5 slums where they're currently terrorizing people and yelling out things like intruder alert, making the people very nervous. It's like some abilities in Pokemon.
Here it comes! One more shot!
Kick me no like, yeah. Trying to finish this one before it gets its shield up, and there it comes. Did not make it. Shield's still forming, so we'll go after the other one. It's still immune. We're waiting for it to break through.
This one's for you!
There we go.
Here we go.
Ouch. Why am I, like, glowing red? What happened to me?
Won't last long.
Aerith is still doing good, though.
Come on. Calling lightning.
Kecleon is the worst. Attack it with a fire-type move. Boom. Now it's a fire-type Pokemon, which can be a pain when fighting. So unless you have a move, it's now weak against its direct... Exactly. Yeah. Return to the scared man. Nah, we'll run. I'm gonna go over and smash these boxes, see if we can't find something good. Maybe a Moogle medal. Maybe nothing. Nothing. Take it. Okay, hopefully we don't run into anything else. I was hoping we get something for smashing the boxes, but no such luck, and I don't think there's any more boxes between us and the exit here. Those ones aren't too bad. You just have to alternate between magic and physical attacks so that they switch their shields up, but it's still obnoxious. Where did the scared guy go? Wasn't he right here? Excuse me, scared man. What are you doing way over there? You like said hi and then ran away?
Did I just say, hey, who's that guy with you, Aerith?
Who's that guy? Oh my gosh, why are you with somebody else?
I heard. You got them all, right? Robots
I
from the
did, but
reactor
like, how did
lost
you
in the
hear?
slums.
I was
Must be because
out
of
in the
the
dump?
explosion up top, huh?
Oh, leave my wife alone,
They were
right?
protecting the reactor and figured I was trespassing on their turf or something.
Maybe.
Almost feel sorry for her, getting all lost and confused like that.
Don't worry, they're machines, it's
What am I
okay.
saying? Man or machine, Shinra bitches get what they deserve.
That's right, Shinra
Now,
bitches
hold on.
get what they deserve.
Anyway, I think it's safe to say our work here is finished. If you're ever in the market for a Merc again, remember, you can count on Cloud.
Sure. And sorry about putting this on you all of a sudden. I'm really glad you were willing to help out, though. Thanks again. Actually, while you're here, I've got another favor to ask.
Oh,
There's
well,
this
sure, what do you
old guy
got?
Who hangs out in front of the weapons shop. I think he might need your help. Would you mind talking to him?
Yeah, he's got a little green exclamation mark point over his head, so we'll head over. Yeah, it's what you call a battle lengthener, something that makes the battle last longer than it needs to be, right? Yeah, stretching it out. Anything like enemy healing, armor phases, all that kind of stuff. That feeling when the redhead guy kind of looks like your first ex. Oh. Well. Don't sound like him, thankfully. Well, that's good. Hey, old man. This one's kind of funny with this guy, the interactions you get with him.
Oh, I know you. You must be that mercenary.
I am.
A problem. It's the anniversary of my wife's death, and I wanted to visit her grave. But I can't because some creatures have turned the graveyard into their nest. Could you do me a favor and go there in my stead? She shouldn't be alone today.
It'll cost you.
That's fine, that's fine. The graveyard's right by the head of the river. But I heard they put a new gate in recently to replace the old broken one. Now that those creatures have moved in, I'm sure it's locked up tight.
Didn't we buy a graveyard key off Moggy? I think we did.
Didn't we buy the graveyard key from some kid? Yeah, I think that happened. Maybe we should head over there. I just love that where we're like, yeah, but it'll cost you. He's like, okay, that's fine. I'll pay for now. Well, let's go talk to the students back at the school here. Oh, I just remembered I didn't use assess on those creatures. I need to remember to do that. And his hair isn't scraggly enough, but still. Yeah. Reminds me a lot of, like, a bunch of the looks from the 90s.
The children finally came back, thanks to you two.
Well, you're welcome, Miss Folia.
Okay, everyone, come inside. It's time to hit the books.
You guys, the Toad King's back. I saw
Hello,
him near the
bee-lady.
hideout.
Uh-huh.
Do something about him.
The Toad King?
A weird, creepy monster we've seen near the hideout lately.
He wears a crown and walks around like he owns the place. If he's not a king, he's gotta be monster royalty at least. I bet a soldier could beat him up easy.
Oh yeah, real easy. But here's the thing. I don't work for free. Or cheap.
But we don't have any money. The watch wouldn't ask for money.
But if we
Aw,
ask any
dang
of
it.
the grown-ups for help, they'll find out about the hideout, and that'll be it.
We really don't want to lose the hideout. Come on, help us. Oh, and we'll give you some cool treasure if you do.
And if that's not enough, I'll pay the rest of your fee once I open my shop. Well, if you won't help, then we'll just have to kill it ourselves.
I'll do it for 3 gil.
Huh?
I'm offering a special discount right now on Toad King jobs. Looks like it's your lucky day.
Awesome! Now that's my kind of bargain. The hideout is the only place that belongs to just us. I don't want to lose it because of some angry Toad King.
You can beat the Toad King, no problem, right? I mean, you're a soldier.
All right, now we help the kids.
That's what's called easy money. A couple of drinks out.
I have to tell you that I'm grateful for all of your help thus far.
Oh, Monster File Part 2 research complete. And magic elements, nice. They have some new goodies for us. Apparently a lot of them.
I've done it. I've developed a new materia.
Uh-huh, what do you got? What's your new one? Synergy. Oh, there's 3 ATB boost, steel materia. 2, there's like 5. Provoke steadfast. Ah, yes, we need one of these, please. Yes. And I'll take one of these. One of those. We get a couple of these. Maybe a steadfast block as well while we're here. Thank you, thank you. Okay. He has more of the steadfast block ones, but we don't need more right at the moment.
I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel submissions.
You know what else I think you have? Did you not
I
have...
hope you will continue to help me gather vital information for my research.
I plan on it. And also a scoop of ice cream. Vanilla, please. Yes. Absolutely. We do. We have the defeat Shiva, get Shiva. Let's do it.
Then I invite you to ready your portable battle simulator.
All right. Oh, sheesh. Shiva? Why would you start with that? Like ice crystals forming on my back there for a moment. Ow. I probably should have prepped for... I thought we were helping the kids, right? I do need to go defeat the Toad King. But I'm like, Ice Queen, come on. First it was, oh, we can get more materia. Then it was, oh, right. You can battle against this person who wants to freeze us. Unfortunately, I came in with Thunder and Blizzard for my spell selection. Not the best idea. Nope, get out of there. Whew. Give a can of hairspray and a lighter. We got this. I'm gonna need it. Just to warm myself up from what's about to happen above me there. Ow. PSA, don't do the hairspray and lighter IRL. True. Very, very true. Having had done it multiple times, indoors and out, can confirm, bad idea. Shiva, why are you running away? Ow. Never tried, never planned on trying. That's good. Yeah, it's one of those things that's like, after you're a teenager, you don't really feel the need to make a flamethrower anymore. Wow. He has some powerful spells. I mean, I suppose that makes sense, but... Never felt the need to put yourself in a situation remotely dangerous. That's good. Wish I could say the same.
Stay back.
Man, I can barely even hurt her. This long fight, and we've barely even dented her health bar.
Buzz off.
Go on.
Time to get serious.
Oh, is it now? No, I don't believe that, Cloud. You shouldn't either. As good as injured, 66 points. That's a lot of damage. Not a lot of damage from that. Probably wise. Main characters with flamethrowers in video games. You mean grow out of it? Fair. Ow! Good thing I healed before that hit. Feels like a frozen kiss. No good. Frost familiars. It's summoning here. Ooh. Wake up, Cloud. Come on, wake up. Move, please. No. Damn it. Think I'm in a harder setting than you were? Yeah. I still should have planned ahead and brought fire into this battle. Do you have any grenades or anything? What about a big bomber? She was just waiting to pummel me with all of that ice.
I won't give up.
Just a little too That's it.
Didn't even see that one coming. Watch out for herself. Yeah, thank you. Oh, look at all those little things she's throwing at us.
I can't believe you.
I can't either, Aerith. How could Cloud do this? What kind of bodyguard is he, anyway? Shiva, doing loads of damage here, but never a ton when summoned, right? Oh, we've got to wait for Cloud to wake up before he can summon. All right, Cloud, are you ready? No, you need a charge point. Whoops.
There. I'm feeling pretty weak.
Yeah, I know. Hang on. You're next on my list. Hang in there. Not through that. Holy crap.
Going all out.
We'll fill up your ATB gauge so that you can. Get us some help here, too. Yeah, hitting her weakness now. That's what we needed to be doing this whole time. We're running in circles, waiting for our gauge to fill. Alright, Aerith, come on back. Sorry to leave you napping on the floor of this really cold room. Will you make it feel better if I tell you it's just VR? We're not really here. Almost there. There we go.
Go on.
Okay, Aerith's health is full.
Stay back.
You're out of luck.
That's it.
We've got her almost staggered. So close. Keep up if we can get her.
Going in.
Oh, time is up. Oh, perfect timing though, because we get the stagger damage too.
I'll pay you back.
How are you going to pay back a, like, demon god? Come on. Woohoo! Thank you, Ifrit.
Outstanding. The Shiva summoning materia is complete. And now it's yours. Use it as you see fit. The Lady of Frost is the perfect companion for a man like you, Cloud. She will prove most useful when the time comes to destroy Shinra.
Like, we know that you work for Shinra.
I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel submissions.
Let's take a quick little heal break here.
Hey, did you see the reactor fire?
You won't stop telling us stories about that damn reactor.
I can't wait to hear what the president has to
We've been warned of an ad. This is a great time to look at where our next quests are. Kids on patrol back in after the Toad King in the undeveloped land, or we can head back into the kind of junkyard into the graveyard, because that makes perfect sense. The graveyard is out in the junkyard behind a locked gate and the monsters. Instead of, you know, like that nice little field by Aerith's house over here, maybe. This big open area here that's gated in. Furball. No. This one again. Go figure. On top of computers. You do not belong on top of computers. No. You ready to get down? He's like, hang on, let me scratch your face again. I will boop the side of your face. Have I not gone into the school? Because that's what this is. The ads have ended. Welcome back. We were just taking a look at the map in our quests, and we see that we've got the kids on patrol going after the Toad King. We also have the trip to the graveyard for the old man out here, so we'll be doing that in just a moment. But let's go after the Toad King first. Kitty, I want to fight off the evil corporations, right? As long as you don't fight off the evil corporation that makes my kitty food, we're good. The critters all got fed before I started tonight, and I know that because I fed them myself. Do you have any Moogle medals left? Let's see.
Welcome, Kupo.
We have 13. So we can pretty much afford anything, but not everything. Increases Cloud skill points, Aerith skill points, Tifa's and Aerith's. We also have a Salvation Badge, which increases the effectiveness of healing spells cast on us, and HP is 25% or lower. A Whistlewind Scarf, which enters the battle with a slightly filled ATB gauge. Nice. Or we can pick up some ethers. Okay, maybe we just hang on to this for now. See if we can't get 7 more and pick up all of these at once. Hearing the Moogle music would be like working at Disney or a Disney store or any store with themed music, aka pure bloody torture. Right?
Come back soon, Kupo.
It kind of feels that way. That was that's the gold saucer music in this one. So there's a whole casino of music just like that. It was pretty bad in general, like just having what we had is called it Muzak, where it was this tape that would play in the back room, and it was like 3 hours long, so you'd hear it 2.5 times per shift.
Was never in doubt.
I worked in a store. There aren't any of them around anymore, but up until about 2001, there was this company called Fashion Bug, and I worked there 2000 to 2001, I think just those 2 years, until my store closed.
You sure you want to fight?
And the songs that I remember, Nelly Furtado's I'm Like a Bird, because it stood out as being just a little bit different than everything else that was on the stereo. But your mall had one of those, and then it became Elaine Bryant. So, yes, it probably did. The parent company was called Charming Shops. They no longer exist. While I was working there in late 2000, Charming Shops bought Lane Bryant, but they only bought the stores and not their catalog business or their online business. So some of our fashion bugs got converted to Lane Bryant because at the time it was a more profitable brand. Fashion Bug didn't take off as much, but they owned Fashion Bug, Catherine's, Lane Bryant, and then there was a fourth store that I can't remember right now. But Catherine's and Lane Bryant both focused on plus size clothing, and the third company was focused on swimwear. So Fashion Bug had the full range from juniors to plus, and it was the only store in their brand that carried all three. So it was a little bit different, and they were trying to figure things out, and stuff that happened in the world around that time also messed things up. Took away some of the regular customers and made some challenges. Plus, they had a new CEO trying out some different things that just did not work.
Guess I gotta.
Oh, time for the battle. But yeah, so I worked there for about 1.5 years, and every day we listened to this thing. Well, in addition to having it where it was a few hours of music and then you had to get like a new song or the tape would flip over and play the other side and then loop. They also had an ad that would play like once an hour or so, and it used the song I'm Every Woman. And so every single hour I would hear like 30 seconds of that song. So yeah, so I still have that song stuck in my head, and I haven't worked there in over 20 years. Lane Bryant focused on plus-size clothing, and that was not good in your opinion if you were a plus-size girl back then. all the clothes made you look like you were 40, you swear nothing nice, at least the one in your mall. 100% true. Even today, plus size clothing is a really, really tough market as far as like what the buyers buy. And finding a designer that works for you, like there's so much that goes into actually looking at what works really well for plus size bodies, because you have all the different shapes that come with it, you know, pear, apple, all that kind of stuff, because they like to use food to discuss how plus size women are shaped. But like nowadays we have Torrid, and Torrid is like the younger version, but it's either florals or Disney, like everything. And I believe they're owned by the same company as like Hot Topic and Spencer's Gifts. So it's kind of a weird market. Oh, Cloud, you are injured and so is Aerith. So how about we do something about that?
Feeling good.
Are you now? Well, I bet you that Aerith isn't. So let's hear her too. It was a plus-size friendly swimsuit company. It was nice till it came out. They stole a lot of designs for smaller creators. A lot of the big companies do that, and a lot of them don't even know that they're doing it, not to speak in their defense. But when it comes to the corporations, they have buyers. So they have somebody that they hire that goes around to different fashion shows, stuff like that, and they buy bulk numbers of certain styles. And so sometimes that'll be brands, sometimes they'll put their own tags in them. But there's some shoe companies out there too. I think there's one, Hot Chocolate, which makes just like really ridiculously cute shoes that look like an ice cream cone and different things like that that are kind of more popular for Lolita looks. And a lot of their stuff is small, like hand-painted stuff that you would find on Etsy being mass-produced. And I don't know enough to even tell you which artist to look for there. Just that I've heard that a lot of those are also stolen designs. Well, good. Please don't give up.
Come on. Not looking good.
Aerith did not make it. Good thing I didn't drop a regen on her yet. God, these things just keep getting healed. What is healing you? It's got to be the king.
You okay?
Oh, come on. The stupid, like, bouncing on their heads. Aerith, how are you doing? You do not have a gauge yet. Okay, there we go. Yep, heal her, get burned, get frozen. Holy crap, what a combo. Getting my head bounced on. Let's get this king out of here. Holy crap, Aerith's down again. And it just healed himself. Oh my god. We might be starting this one over in a minute.
Be careful.
Rolled into the fire. Aerith, please, I can't even get you alive long enough to heal you. I'm gonna have to wait till I have 2 gauges so I can bring her up and heal her right away, if I can stay alive that long myself. Maybe not. You have to find a decent swimsuit for plus size that does not cost the same as a down payment for a house. Yeah. I think they're going for that with swimsuits in general.
Let's pretend that didn't happen.
I'm gonna do my best because you're gonna need to raise me in a moment.
Don't overdo it.
Okay, she's alive. Aerith, help me out here. I need... Partition your ATP gauge into 3 sections. Nah, we just need to heal.
Bless them with your love and grace.
Please.
Gotta be careful.
Oh my gosh, we're alive. We have healing. Woo! Alright, where'd you go, King? Ouch, ouch.
I'll take care of you.
Thank you.
Get him!
Pay attention.
I'm trying to. Come on, Cloud. Stop letting them bounce on your head. Like that. With a sports shirt and a pair of swim trunks in your side are cheaper. Yeah, you definitely are. On a tougher setting, you don't remember struggling that much here. I'll show you my settings afterwards.
One more shot!
Okay, Aerith, do you have more healing? Yes, you do. Trying to.
We're as good as dead.
Hey!
It's on now.
Just go away!
There we go, he's down. Alright, 2 to go, just the little ones. Stop healing yourselves, oh my god.
Calling lightning. Was never in doubt.
Woo. We'll walk. Thanks. So difficulty, you have normal, easy, classic, easy, normal, classic, and normal. So it doesn't even have like a hard difficulty on this. It's just in normal. So I guess it's the hardest, but it's not exactly hard, but it's definitely kicking my butt. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I think classic kicks in the turn-based mode of the original. Aerith, any other goodies around here? I don't think we can jump back over there. That was where the kids were at earlier. Nope, that's it. But we survived. That's what matters. You definitely didn't do turn-based. Yeah, I remember that. I probably should have just returned to the Leaf House, but just having a little nice stroll here. On that note, you think you're going to go to bed? This whole tech crap today drained you mentally. No kidding. It was absolutely my pleasure. And I'm sure that there will be more. But for tonight, enjoy your rest. Well earned. Get some good sleep, and we will talk to you soon. Oh, yeah, you need to do nested scenes. Nested scenes, voice mod, you know. All that extra fun stuff that can wait until tomorrow. You've accomplished a lot. You have a lot to show for it. So yeah, get that good sleep.
You heard what they said on TV, man.
Oh my god. The hinges on my front door are too goddamn squeaky, almost as loud and annoying as the misses. Damn. Like, tell us how you really feel about your partner. Hey kids, guess what? You owe me.
Did you defeat the Toad King?
I sure did.
Kicked his
butt real good. Mm-hmm.
Awesome! I knew you could do it!
Now we don't have to worry about the king and his smelly friends.
Thank you so much! Here, this is for you. The treasure we promised. It's definitely worth at least 3 gil.
Definitely worth at least 3 gil.
Time's over for
Wow.
now. I've prepared a special assignment for everyone.
That's
One
right,
that I
kids.
expect
You
to
stood out
finish
here
today.
too long. Time for
Understood?
homework.
Yes. Yes, Miss Folia.
Just get some WD-40 for the door.
I appreciate you getting rid of the Toad King, by the way.
Wow, Miss Folia, you must know all their secrets.
Oh, if only. Easier said than done. They're always on the move, looking for new adventures, chasing new dreams. All while trying to make the lives of everyone around them just a little bit better. I try to make sure they don't stumble and fall. And when they finally do, I help them back up.
Sounds exhausting.
Sometimes it is.
Cloud.
But I want the children to know that until they can stand on their own 2 feet, that I'm here to support them, care for them, love them. That even if we're not actually related, we're still a family. A real family, in all the ways that matter. If I can do that for them, then, well, then maybe I'm making this world a better place.
I know you are.
My predecessor taught me everything I know. I just took up his torch and ran with it, I guess. Not that I'm anything close to what he was. Biggs is one of a kind. Oh no! I've completely lost track of time!
He's like, wait, I'm supposed to be teaching right now.
More like a dream I need to fulfill. Thank you again for your help.
And then I need to get to that other job.
I wonder
Oh,
what
whoops.
kind of dream she's chasing tonight.
No idea.
Thanks again for saving our hideout from the king. In return, I let everyone know you guys can join the game as special guests. If you want to know more,
All right, the box
come to the
smashing
hideout.
game. I also like that she just lets slip that, like, she didn't always run this place. It used to be ran by Biggs.
It feels
Before he
good to
became an
help with that,
eco-terrorist,
doesn't
Biggs
it?
used to help out with raising kids.
You having fun yet?
Heaps.
Then you can't be afraid to show it more. Don't forget, it's all about service and salesmanship.
I'll leave that to you.
All right, but don't think you can rely on me forever, mister.
Wasn't planning to.
That's good. 'Cause I command a very good salary.
How many more dates would you like? I don't think there's anything in here, but I realized I had not yet set foot in here, so we're going to walk around real quick. Oh, there is something in here. Another box that we didn't open yet. Nourishment for your heart and your body?
It's almost dinner time and I'm hungry.
Oh no, all these kids talking about food. Seems like Miss Folia is doing a good job of raising them, though, if they want to take their time to help those in need. Raising some good kids. Alright, what is next? We've got a verified hero. What's going on with this one? members of the Hideout have given Cloud special permission to participate in an unknown game. Go play along. Okay. Back to the kids' hideout we go. Watch out, kid. Run to play with the other kids. Bump, 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 bump.
Now that things are starting to settle down a bit, we can finally play Whack-A-Box again. It's all thanks to you. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's this tired-looking guy out by the community center, and I heard he was looking for some help.
Oh, we still have to go and take care of the trip to the cemetery. We can play a round of Whack-A-Box first, though. Excuse me.
Oh, hey, Cloud. You're just in time for our favorite game, Whack-A-Box. You want in? It's super fun.
Sure.
The rules are easy. The person who whacks the most boxes is crowned champion of the hideout. We usually don't let adults play, but since you're cool, we're gonna make a special exception just for you.
Well, thanks. Okay, so at 10,000 we get an elixir. 20,000 we get a crescent moon charm. 30,000 a spectral cogwheel. We get a participation prize of a Moogle medal. All right. Well, we wanted more Moogle medals, so here we go. Destroy as many as you can within the time limit. Each is added to your score. And once the timer reaches 0, the game is over. Reach the target score to win. The durability affects the score different with each type of box. Okay. Makes sense. Hitting blue boxes rapidly fills your ATB gauge. In Whack-A-Box, you can only use the weapon ability of your equipped weapon and the Braver ability. Destroying red boxes extends your time. All right, here we go.
No holding back.
Oh, let's just totally miss the box. That's fine. Open the door already. We're almost out of time and we haven't gone anywhere. Okay, there we go.
So long.
I assume there's more time on top of these ones. Ooh, just before we ran out of time, added another 10 seconds to the clock here. I don't think we reached 30. Nope, 28.4. We got close.
Wow, Cloud! I've never seen anyone do that before! See? Pretty fun, right?
All right, how did we do?
Wanna play some whack-a-box?
No, not right now. Thanks, though. So we got the first two. We'll worry about the spectral cogwheel later.
Come back when you want to smash stuff.
Will do.
Well, what do you think? Do I have what it takes?
I'm sure I will be back to smash stuff soon.
He doesn't see me. Be quiet.
Or were they hiding from us? Shh, that's an adult. Even if they're cool, it's still an adult. Hide.
My lights have been on that form.
Okay, we need to go to the graveyard, so we're gonna head out there. Do a little more cleanup.
One of my friends told me that this hot mercenary got her out of
A little further, and then I think we go to the right. Right here. Oh yes, these ones are fun. Save before they kill us. I want to do maybe some fire would be a good idea here. Let's see if we have different items too. Might be able to do something different here. And we've been warned of an ad, so this is a perfect time to spend a moment looking through our inventory. This would raise our magic defense. This will lower both magic and regular defense, but they both give us 2. Oh, the titanium bagel. Titanium bagel. That sounds like a terrible idea. Do not try to eat a bagel made of titanium. Or at least consult your dentist first. We have the Caliginous bracelet. We have the titanium, which is good. I think this is the one we're going to go with for Cloud. And then now we have an extra materia slot here. Not a linked up one, but just a general one. Wait, who has this? It's saying Cloud, but Cloud doesn't have fire. I guess Cloud did have it once upon a time. So we have Deadly Dodge, Healing, and Lightning. We almost have Curaga unlocked for that one. We have Ifrit still equipped. That's good. I don't want to get rid of the Lightning. I think we keep that just like it is. And then the Assess, of course. We have Protective Boots now. I'm immune to slow and stop. The Crescent Moon Charm reduces damage equipped by non-active. Well, this is our active character, so that won't make sense. Okay, you have a Bulletproof Vest, which gives increased vitality. But we could also do reduce the damage when she's not active, because she's usually our inactive character here. I think that'll actually be good. Then Guard Stick versus the Silver Staff. We get an increase by 7 with magic attack, a decrease of 2 with the regular attack, and decrease of 1 with... But deals magic damage to enemies nearby and strike 2 or more enemies at the same time. Oh my gosh. Instead of the little... I guess both of hers are really pretty. One is the flower in the area around her, and this one more of a lightning and fire kind of a system with also the linked up materia. So let's go with that. Yes, reslot our materia. And then we'll decrease. Does that say what I think it's saying? Oh my gosh. That greatly reduces our magic defense there. We need her to keep her magic defense, so we won't be using that. And then right now we have the prayer materia, which we never ever use. I feel like we should, but we just don't. I don't know if it's a free spell or how we even do that. She has the refocus, which lets her use the refocus limit break, but we aren't actually doing that as a limit break to expand the ATB gauge to 3 pieces. Oh, these also have a big difference in everything here. Activate synergy. Allows an ally to follow the leader's attack command with an attack from a linked materia. Does not consume ATB gauges or MP. Works with ice, fire, wind, lightning, or poison. That's cool. So basically, if we cast fire, or if we cast a spell, it'll follow up with another one. Interesting. Well, I definitely don't want her provoking. She already has Blizzard equipped. What else do we have? We have... Cloud has 1. We have a lot of lightning. Tifa has wind. We could steal that. Or we could grab barrier. That might be a better idea. So we have ice. Do we have a more powerful ice? Yes. There we go. Healing, I think that's the best one we can do other than stealing clouds. Yeah. Okay, and then she currently has the Chocobo and Moogle, but we're going to switch that to Shiva here. And then just because we spent a bunch of time in the menus. All right. We ready for this? Let's fight these monsters.
Focus.
Let's start with Aerith with some regen here. Not me getting poisoned. I mean, of course, it's me getting poisoned. Who are we talking about here?
I got your number.
I was trying to focus in on one of them. Of course, we equipped fire, but their weakness is blizzard. Go figure. A subspecies of the gas strike that is marked with a yellow and black patterning on its carapace. It is also armed with a highly potent poison. Technical data not available. Experience 32, AP 4, Gil 252. No idea if it drops items, rare items, or has anything stealable. Weakness, ice. No lesser resistance, no greater resistance, no immunities, no absorbed elements. None defeated so far. And if we drop in with a braver, I think C is the one we're going to focus on as much as we can here. Exactly what Aerith said. Just go away. Just leave me be, you scorpion-like thing. Jeez. You got me all poisoned and stuff. I don't want to be poisoned anymore. I love that I just used an antidote just enough to need another one. Aerith, you can cure. Would you mind hitting Cloud with just a little cura? That'd be great.
I'll take care of you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna get this one off your back. How about that? To return the favor.
Away!
Cloud, how about you do a regen on yourself to try and counteract that poison and then get out of there. Oh shit. And Aerith, let's have you give a second level? No, just first level barrier. Okay, cast that on Cloud.
This should make you stronger.
Yeah, we'll see. We're fighting against A. We need to be fighting against C. Keep that concentrated focus on C.
Just go away!
Nope, that's B. Okay, Aerith. Time for you to hit some Blizzara on C.
Let's finish.
As it's staggered. Wonderful. Let's finish it before it gets us. Or before the friends get us.
Oh no. Gotta stay.
Cloud, I know you're in the cloud. You can do this. Ouch. Aerith, not do what I need her to. That's fine. Finish it. Oh, or get hit and just waste your ATB gauge. That's even better. I don't know if I got to this in time.
Let's try that again.
Like one more time the poison had him triggered and he'd be toast. Alright, one down. How are the other two looking? A is looking more injured than B, so that's where we're going next. Alright, staggered. Come on, Cloud, wake up. We gotta hit this thing before the staggering's over. No? Is that too much to ask for here? Cloud. Cloud, come on.
Stay back. Hey.
You waited long enough. Jeez.
I won't give up.
We are both toast right now. Oh, Aerith isn't charged up yet.
Closure.
Oh, no, 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 no! Shit! Cloud got stunned just before curing himself and is going to die, and Aerith is almost dead without a gauge full. Thank you. Yes, I know.
I'll do what I can.
Uh-huh. Just stick with it. Yeah, I know. Hang on. Let's keep you alive here.
No need to panic.
Exactly. Cloud is still alive. Nope. Cloud was still alive.
Get him! Get him!
Okay, A is gone. And on the bright side, Cloud here. Oh, we need to get some Phoenix Downs. We are down to 2. We used a bunch of them tonight. Hey, Cloud, welcome back. Are you ready for this? Materia costs Aerith less than it does Cloud.
Go on.
Who are you attacking? Isn't there just one?
One more shot. Get him.
I think it's going to take a little more than one more shot, but
This one's for you.
appreciate the enthusiasm here. Oh, there's her prey ability. A small amount, but costs 2? Oh, but it's just an ability. It doesn't cost an EMP. Okay, I get it. Ew! You just healed those hit points. Aerith, how about you take an antidote?
Maybe this?
Definitely this.
Go on.
Cloud, would you mind giving us a little heal? Just a bit?
Go on. This one's for you.
We're low on that, but we've got Soul Drain. Unleash an attack that absorbs MP, absorb additional MP from staggered enemies, or deal magic damage to nearby. I think we're going to do that one, but we've got to get in closer here.
Mind backing off a bit?
Going all out.
That was nice. 600 plus damage. Yeah, let's try this Soul Drain.
Just a bit.
We need the MP anyway.
I'm just so tired.
Yeah, these ones make people sleepy.
Taking over.
That's right, leave our girl alone this time.
Here we go.
Oh, we're gonna get him right now. With a finishing move limit.
This must be it.
Yes, let's go pray at the grave. The graveyard that's just
Hey,
stones stuck into
you
a
wanna
cliffside.
say a prayer too?
No thanks. I think you've got it covered.
Cloud. Cloud. How hard is it to really pay your respects, man? Trying to be so hard, he can't even be like, it was our pleasure to come out here to clear these monsters from your graveside so that your husband can visit you once more. Now this redhead's going to be a little brat here too.
I'm really grateful for what you did. Here's your reward. I owe him a lot, maybe more than I can ever repay. And now I owe you a lot too. I know it's not much, but I hope it makes up for it a little bit.
We paid our respects to your wife, and we took care of those creatures.
Oh, that's such a relief to hear. I can't tell you how much it was weighing on my mind. I was beginning to think I might never be able to visit her grave again. With my bad back and my legs, my whole body's a mess, frankly. I didn't think I could make it past the creatures. But I was prepared to die trying, and then you two came along.
Well, glad you didn't have to die
I've
for
got
that.
to face facts. Creatures or no, I can't keep making these trips.
Don't say that.
This is the graveyard key. Run it back to Moggy.
But I just told you about my legs.
Why don't you just give it back?
Okay. It'll cost you 5,000 gil, though.
5,000?
It's always money with you people. Fine. I won't ask you for anything else. I'll take your damned key and give it to the boy. It's downright depressing. What is the world coming to these days?
I just really like that. Like, it's such a simple little thing, but he's like, here's the key so that you can go and visit your wife and quit complaining and making excuses and go do it. He's like, but I just told you I can't, like, do it. Fine, it's 5,000 gil. But I don't have that. It's like, right, so you're going to take the key, and you're going to go visit your wife. Like, and you're going to figure this shit out. And now I'm walking away. Thanks, have a nice day. Ooh, time to go for Angel of the Slums. A man in front of the community center is in need of some assistance. Talk with him. Okay.
So they tell me.
I am a mercenary. Who are you and what's it to me? Member of the press.
You wouldn't happen to be a certain merc that's become the talk of the town?
Yep.
Might be.
I'm Damon. Little more than a humble reporter with the Daily Buzz.
That rag? The one that's always printing awful rumors about the slums?
That one?
On
That
the
rag?
contrary, my dear. We strive to raise awareness of the plight of our undercity brethren. We seek a better future for everyone, rich and poor. Now then, my friends, I find myself in need of your exceptional services for a trifling matter. Are you familiar with the mysterious and notorious bandit known as the Angel of the Slums? She delivers written declarations to her victims, usually Shinra associates, before divesting them of their valuables.
Everyone knows her. Everything she steals, she gives to the poor and needy.
Yes, she's got a knack for public relations. Very popular down here as a result. Nevertheless, she is a criminal and a threat to the public order. I've made it my mission to unmask the villain, but the locals have been uncooperative and uncommunicative, to put it mildly. And now that my identity as a reporter has been exposed, my sources have all deserted me. Which brings me to you, the merc of the hour, and the man who will serve up my scoop.
Okay, we should going to talk to somebody on the other side of this same building. All right, bye, reporter guy.
It's always a pleasure to speak with those charming.
Oh, we're going to talk to the people in the community center. Hello, do you know about the Angel of the Slums?
Why, hello! What is it? The guardian angel of the slums? Such a mysterious figure. Always talked about, but never seen by anyone.
The angel gets in and out without being noticed and always leaves a calling card. Maybe a magician.
No, it's no magic trick. It's genuine magic. Rumor has it that the angel is a witch.
If we're going by rumors, then I've heard that it's actually a monster in disguise.
Well, I could talk
monster.
all day about the dozens of stories I've heard.
Okay, so they have no idea, but they've heard lots of rumors. Let's change the music.
But sometimes
Ooh,
straight from the path.
like a waltz they've got going on here. Tango of Tears. I like the victory tango. Then we do something like dropping gold saucer and run away. Like, haha! Let's see, how about stamp? Ooh. This song's got a little groove here. Here we go. That's got a good vibe for the community center. Like, now you get a party. You look like you might know about the angel.
What? Do I know the guardian angel of the slums? Well, I don't know much, but I do know she doesn't steal from the poor, and she doesn't kill anyone either.
Well, that's good.
As far as I'm concerned, that's all I need to know. If that's not enough for you, the one you ought to talk to is Murray. Ask anyone, and they'll tell you she knows everything about everyone around here.
All right, Murray's our person here. Wait, is she inside? They still want us to be in here talking to somebody. Ready to talk to them? Oh, there she is. Like, oh, somebody that looks unique in a different outfit than anyone else is wearing.
Good to see you again, Murray.
Good to see you too, Aerith. I'd heard you found yourself a funny new friend.
Cloud, meet Murray. She knows everything there is to know about the slums. Murray, meet Cloud. He's a former soldier and super strong.
He looks useful enough. The kids have been talking about you. The defender of the secret hideout.
That's the one.
Now the hero of the Leaf House is helping the Daily Buzz look for the angel of the slums.
I am?
Question mark?
I'm a lover of the whispered word. Not that it's any real secret, considering how chatty the Shinra mutt's been.
Not looking into it for the reporter. I'm doing it for myself. Call it curiosity, whatever.
Or could it be you've fallen under the angel's spell like so many others? Anyway, it so happens that I have some information for you.
Oh, that's good.
I need a moment before I can give it to you. Why don't you wait with that reporter of yours?
Okay.
You could see the sky?
Of course. I was there for the looking.
Oh, what do you want?
Here's the Sector 5 Community Center.
Oh, thank you.
I've heard about you. Been helping people around town.
Let's jump! I bet you didn't know, but the plate, it was built by our grandfathers. Wow, really?
So,
All right, reporter guy, what do you
Tried
got?
talking to Murray at all? She told us that she had some information to share.
Mireille, as in the Mireille? The town gossip? I chased her for days begging for info, but she wouldn't give up a single scrap. So how'd you get the old bird to talk?
This old bird had a change of heart, that's all.
Then quickly, before you have another, tell us, what do you know about the notorious angel of the slums? Has she struck again? Is that it?
I don't know anything about that, but I do know where her hideout is.
Her base of operations? Now that's a scoop! Where is it? Tell me!
Deep in the scrap, at Lookout Point. Hardly anyone goes out there these days. It's the perfect place for a criminal to hole up.
Lookout Point. Got it! I'll check it out right now.
But before you go, I should warn you about this rumor I heard. About a terrible fiend that's claimed the angel's hideout.
Of course, another terrible fiend.
Oh, quite large. Lots of teeth. Always hungry. I don't know about you, but I'd not go anywhere near that thing.
Well, a good reporter knows never to take foolish risks. Plan first, then act. That's every respectable journalist motto.
I'm sure it is.
If it's a plan you're looking for, I'd say you have one right here. Wouldn't you?
So, my good mercenary, if I might impose upon you again, it would be lovely if you investigated Lookout Point for me. The forgotten Lookout Point deep within the scrap. Could it be that this place holds the secrets of the angel? This is what we need to find out.
Could it be that Murray wanted you to go and sacrifice yourself to a fiend? Perhaps. We need to go to the item shop and get ourselves some Phoenix Downs before we head back out there.
That's what's called easy money.
Will he bite me? That's what's called easy money. You know, I know those two weren't supposed to go together, but sometimes random lines just fit. We're gonna get a whole bunch, get this up to 10 right now, because we've gone through so many.
Later.
I heard there's someone going around helping people who need it.
We will be bringing to you live the protest rally taking place tomorrow.
Actually, I was thinking of volunteering for the watch.
I heard there's someone going around helping people who need it.
Get
Get your hands on the hottest
All right, back into the scrap we go. Okay, not back to the graveyard, which has a bench at it. Maybe we do go back there. If there's nothing ready to attack us, we'll go sit on the bench real quick. Okay, that looks good. Like that it gives us the whole dark scene here as we just take a nap on the bench. Okay, where are we trying to get to here? Oh, just up ahead. Oh, all right. Go over here. We didn't go over here. Got another ad running. We're just gonna navigate our way over here, so nothing too exciting. And don't worry, if you missed what that box was, so did I.
Okay then.
No, get out of here. No beating on my face today. Ooh, Aerith got both of those. Nice. Well, that's not a small fiend at all. That is a giant freaking smogger. All right.
No turning back.
Here we go. Oh, not a smogger, it's a chomogger. Let's assess you. Oh, it's got an iron sphere. In case we need to know the stats of the iron sphere. Also, welcome back anyone who is enduring those ads for us, keeping the dreaded free rolls away. We appreciate your service. We've got a Chomogger here that we're facing off against. It's got, of course, the weakness to thunder, like any good robot. It is an autonomous robot discarded by Shinra. As part of its self-repair protocol, it used nearby scrapped material to repair its body. It knocks down foes by swinging its arm with a wrecking ball attached. Normally, attacks do not affect its stagger gauge, but inflicting a certain amount of physical damage does make it susceptible to staggering. Furthermore, hitting its wrecking ball with magic attacks will quickly fill its stagger gauge. So we actually do better by hitting the wrecking ball. Good to to know. We've got 32 experience, 10 AP, and 420 gil. For defeating it, it's got immunities to poison and sleep. That makes sense. All right, so we need to hit the giant wrecking ball with lightning attacks. As it does that stuff to us. No, thank you. Oh, ouch. Oh, that was convenient. He knocked me into the silence mist. Looks like it doesn't silence for long, though, luckily. Oh, and it has a... What in the heck? It has a, like, silent smoke and a lightning smoke? This is fine. This is just fine. You see that iron sphere that you hit me with earlier for almost 800 damage? Yeah. Well, I'm going to return the favor and hit it a couple of times. Why don't you come on through that smoke? I don't want to walk through it. Aerith, how about you give us a barrier since we're about to go back in there?
Maybe this will do the trick.
I hope it will. I really do. I should probably cast regen too. Bam. There we go. Staggered away.
Get ready.
This one's for you. One more shot.
Ooh, that's it. That was not a long stagger for what it took to get it there.
Calling lightning.
Somebody help me out here. That's
Aerith, move! What are you doing, girl? Get out of there!
I'm waiting.
This one's for you.
And let's have you pray.
Stay strong, okay?
Or maybe aim at the enemy. That would help. Ooh, her enhanced attack makes a big difference. Oh, Cloud! We could use a little extra thunder blast on that iron sphere, please. Oh, you're probably gonna be silenced now, so much for that idea.
One more shot. This one's for you.
Ew! I thought that I got away from that. It wasn't fair.
Keep it up. There.
Okay, at least we made it away that time. Cloud, you've got a limit. Why don't you hit the Chrome Ogre with that? And Aerith, we don't have lightning equipped for you.
Every little bit helps.
Buckle up.
That really did not do much. Oh, I guess it did. 653. Okay, that's a lot.
One more shot.
I'm waiting.
Go on.
Cloud, you probably need some... You do need some ether, but first let's have you hit this. Oh, Aerith, I'm sorry. That's all my fault.
Don't catch a cold.
Oh yeah, that did plenty of damage. Cloud, your turn. Let's stagger it. It's got to be close. Yep, there we go. It's so close. Come on.
Steady.
I'd keep my distance if I were you.
Let's do it again.
You asked.
Whew, okay. Another fiend down. We didn't die that time, but we got it close. There we go. The Guardian Angel's calling cards.
We'll collect your offering on behalf of the poor.
This must be one of her calling cards.
I don't see anything else interesting. Let's head back and tell them what we found.
We took the smallest glance at this place, and that's all that's here. Yeah, we don't need to look around, see what, goodies have been stolen or anything like that. We're good.
Believe it, you found one of her calling cards! This is the genuine article, I'm sure of it. Pinned by the angel herself!
So this is one of her famous warnings.
It's an incredible find! Oh, was that all?
Hold on. Looks like there's something else. A message. To the nosy Shinra reporter sniffing around, I was planning to teach you a lesson you would never forget. However, by the grace of your mercenary friend, you were spared that lesson. But next time, he might not be around to save you.
That's a long message to not see.
Watch your step.
Not just a message from the angel, a warning.
And then she takes it and pockets it. Never was here.
Scrap would have ripped you to shreds. Sorry about that, friend. Here I was, just trying to help you out. But instead, my kindness almost got you violently killed.
Now.
Right.
No harm, no foul, right? In any case, I hope this narrowly averted tragedy won't discourage you from sharing information with me in the future.
Hey, everybody! The angel left another calling card! She's gonna rip off Don Corneo!
It's about damn time! Don Corneo's no easy mark. I can't wait to see how this goes down.
Excuse me, I'm a reporter for the Daily Buzz and...
So much for my reward.
Here, why don't you take this? Oh, and no need to thank me. Let's just say it slipped out of that reporter's pocket. Can't call it theft if you're just claiming what you're owed. Am I right? Well done, Mr. Merc. You certainly lived up to your reputation.
We probably ought to call it a day.
Getting late, huh?
You've been working so hard you lost track of time.
Had to. The pace sucked.
'Cause they didn't know if you were worth it yet. But now they do. Come on, let's go home.
Acting is a lot harder than it looks. I bet you didn't know, but the plate, it was...
You know, there's a rumor that the Angel of the Slums is as radiant and beautiful as she is daring. Personally, I think that one's true.
I love Murray. Just like, yeah, I just picked that guy's pockets and whipped the calling card so he has no evidence of this encounter. And he has no idea what has just happened.
It'd be great if they asked us again.
Are they just having us go back to Aerith's house now? Yep, request for the mercenary. All side quests are complete.
Because of the money or because you get to be on TV again?
But I'm scared of the doggy.
No, it's much too dangerous.
Biggs gave me a bunch of his favorites.
Alright, let's save it here. Oh, we only have one left on battle intel. What do we need to do for that? The stagger effect is what we need to unlock here. Use unique abilities on staggered enemies and charge the ATB gauge 10 times to get the first strike materia. Okay, well, when we get that, we'll get that. It's not a big deal. It would be nice to have it to finish off this stack, but not a big deal.
I'm gonna read them all.
Oh, hello, friend.
Hello, Aerith.
What do you want?
Haven't seen him before. He your new boy toy?
He's my bodyguard, if you must know.
Wait a minute. Those eyes. Is he the one who beat up Reno?
And what if I am?
Like, oh, you're kind of tall and muscular. I don't know about this.
Dot my eyes. That's all.
Cloud, leave him be. Rude's not a bad person, really.
No, I'm not bad. But like it or not, I sometimes have to do bad things.
Here we go.
Don't take it personal.
I'll try not to.
You Turks are all the same. All bark, no bite.
You're one to talk.
No need to get rough.
Stay back.
Oh, how did I not dodge that? Ow!
Get him.
Rude. Living up to your name there, buddy. We need to remember what the block button is. I think it's this one? Yeah, that's the one. We're going to need to do a bit of that here. Apparently a lot of that. Rude. Seriously, my guy. What are you doing?
Come on, then.
Alright, Rude, an operative of the Turks unit of Shinra's General Affairs Division. As he possesses incredible strength and a well-toned physique, he prefers to using his fists over other weapons. Wind attacks will rapidly fill his stagger gauge. Alright, Aerith, I hope that I gave you arrow. He also has a lesser resistance against fire, greater resistance to one of the time-based ones. I need to look up what all these symbols are. Immunities to bite, silence, slow. He is worth 480 experience, though. That's a lot for what we've been seeing. 10 AP, 1,200 gil. We'll drop Mega Potions, and we could steal Mega Potions from him if we had steel, but we don't have it equipped. Okay.
You're going down.
Cloud is almost dead. just like that, Cloud is almost a goner. Well, luckily, he's not paying attention to Aerith yet.
First class.
Yeah, just fling me across the arena. That'd be great. Thank you. If you just treat me like a ragdoll, I'd really appreciate it. Man, I need to figure out how long to block through this stuff. I had the block on that time. Damn! You just flung me into Aerith, like... What a jerk. Aerith, could you spare another heal for me? Thanks.
Gotta be careful. Ain't dead yet.
You've been watching, just doing... I'm not sure what kind of care that is, but I know that it's important work. Oh, nail care. Oh, nice. Still important work. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do this one a couple of times before we get it down. We got some WWE going on in here as Root is just flinging us around.
Is that it?
And we can't block that. Okay.
Time to get serious.
You think?
Still in it.
Stay strong, okay?
I'll try. Oh, Root, are you going after her? No, you're going after me still. Okay, good.
This should make you stronger.
Bring it.
Get him!
Bring it. You're as good as dead.
Get him!
Ooh, he didn't like that. Broke his glasses.
So, you had enough yet?
Like, no, I've got another pair.
I don't believe that I have. Ken, it's my job.
When you think about changing careers,
Cloud's pretty strong, isn't he?
I've seen this type before.
you don't know me.
Ouch, that was a good one. Aerith, I thought you had... No, you don't have Arrow, you just have Blizzard. Okay.
How's that payback working out for
Feeling chilly?
Better than expected.
Oh, I didn't make it away in time.
Go on!
I thought you would want to get rough.
Here it
No.
comes.
Well, I'm changing my mind now.
Steady.
You know, now that I've been tossed around a little, I'm like, I kind of like this.
Go on!
That hit.
Feeling good.
Once again, good thing that I got healed when I did. I don't know what he's doing that causes it to stagger me or cause me to kind of be stunned there. I don't know if it's on my third attack or fourth attack. But I was going a little too far on it. Oh, my barrier's down too.
Steady.
Oh yeah, he does like this charge up thing. I can see the ball form.
Come on. No more playing nice.
You're mine!
You're out of there.
Nice. Okay, okay, we're doing good. Well, I guess I should stand up before I try that. Yeah, of course, you're gonna fling me. That's alright. That's like your lowest level attack. Damn.
Brace yourself.
That's right, a nice little braver slash.
Just leave us
Little
alone.
front flip and attack.
You know I can't do that.
Hey there, partner.
Hey, Reno.
Sure you're having the time of your life, but we're needed on standby for a job. It's something about Sector 7. So get your ass back here now.
He's like trying to catch his breath on the phone.
Understood.
Got somewhere else to be?
Apparently so. Go home and stay there.
You know I can't do that.
Huh?
You've got cuticle masks on, hard to type. Well, don't worry about typing. Now that I look over and read the message in chat. Anyway, appreciate that you're hanging out, taking care of those nails. I know the cuticles are always an irritating spot. And we got Rude out of here, so now we can actually head home. And I think we're just still heading back to Aerith's. Yeah. Heading back to Aerith's house.
Wait a sec.
Uh-oh, what's going on?
So, you coming?
Where are you going, Aerith? I can't run. I have to walk up there slowly, and you took off running. Oh, there we go. All good mask is done. Just remove very difficult. Remove polish, and it destroys your long-ass nails if you don't care for them after.
It's
Oh!
that kind of day. Let's go. Shouldn't keep Mom waiting.
Hey, what'd they say?
Good work today, guys. Kidding. They didn't say a word. But, you know... never mind. It's not like you'd believe me after all.
Seeing her dress up close with the texture in the pattern.
Probably
It's
not.
almost like it's embossed.
Tell me anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
It won't be much longer now. The flowers, they have something important to tell us. Something they need to share with us. At least, that's the feeling I get. But before they can, there's a final step that has to be taken.
And then look, there's a materia.
Otherwise,
in the flowers.
We won't hear them. Maybe I should just give up. Honestly, it's what I do best.
Don't believe that
Could've
for a
fooled
second.
me. From what I've seen, you're no quitter.
Well, today's special. That's why I've been working my butt off.
What's so special about it?
Okay, time to go.
Learn to talk to her.
Did the flowers say anything?
Good work today, guys?
That's the spirit.
I don't know if he was talking to himself or the flowers there. MP up material. All right. Let's stop stomping on your flowers. Warned of an ad break as we're taking a stroll through the flowers. Like, this is the best part right here. I know it's really tiny on your screens, but we're just going to look into the water for a minute. Look at the fish. Look at that little bit of the metallic waste and some sort of antenna that's fallen down here. Okay, I think we're ready to go in. Maybe do a little bit of a walk over here while we're waiting for the ad to finish up. Look at some more fish. All the waste in this waterfall. Like seriously, where is that water even coming from? It's not the waste from the city above. It's like natural water. I mean, there's fish living in it, so it's not too poisonous. Although I don't want to have all the junk, I would love to have a waterfall like that as my backyard. Just look out the window. Like, yeah. Oh, we just went in a circle. Okay.
You're heading in already?
All right, let's return to Aerith's house.
Yeah, that's enough for one day.
Where have you two been? I've been worried sick.
Sorry, I had to beat up some Shinra guys. And help out like everyone in the neighborhood.
Ah, great.
But before we sit down, I want you to make up the guest room.
Gotcha. Take a load off, okay?
Judging by those eyes, I'm guessing you're a soldier.
Ex-soldier.
I hate to ask, but would you leave tonight without any fuss, no questions? You boys made a trade, a normal life, for power. You can't have it both ways.
I'm back!
Good. Now, I hope you're hungry.
Starving, right?
That heartbreak of the mom just being like, you need to just get out of here.
I've never been so proud. The man you've become. Women must be hounding you day and night.
Not really.
Oh, I forgot this scene.
You know, there's all kinds of temptations in the big city. I'd feel a lot better if I knew you'd found a good girl. One who'd make sure you didn't get into trouble.
I can take care of myself.
An older, more mature girl that could keep you on the straight and narrow and tell you when you're being a silly goose. That's the perfect type for you, I'd say.
Don't want to overstay my welcome.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, try to sneak out of the house without letting Aerith spot you. Be careful not to bump into anything by accident. Aerith will notice if you make too much noise. Oops, I kicked the bucket. Whoops.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Did you have a bad dream? Don't worry.
Thank you for the
Much
follow,
better
new
in the
friend.
morning, and I promise to take you straight home.
Okay. Please don't let her hear me again.
Later. You guys don't have to pop over here. I appreciate it, but you really don't. I just have it up in case any modding's needed, and then she makes me cry. And nobody on my side knows what the heck is going on or why tears are just suddenly welling up in my eye. Holy crap, Nader! Oh my gosh. Eileen Shade Slayer, Synthetic 20, Wooish, Rhinestone, and a Low Kitty. You got some Some great friends in there. Aloha Kitty is actually with the Trans Justice Funding Project, the charity that we just raised funds for last weekend. Nope. Oh, that was a really Radley bucket.
You jerk. I thought I told you not to leave your room. Now get back in there.
Okay.
I'm totally going back to bed, I promise. Thanks, Aerith.
Huh.
Okay, at least the buckets we've kicked are now out of the way. Can we make it without hitting anything else? Okay, we've made it to the stairs.
You're leaving?
So, how do I
You
get
asked.
to Sector 7?
It's simple enough. Just cut through Sector 6. It isn't exactly safe, but you should be okay, seeing as you're a soldier.
Was one.
Promise me, you'll never talk to Aerith again.
Can't do that.
Please.
You got it.
Thank you.
Cloud's like, sure, but no. All right, we made it out. Why is this teacher still standing out here?
Florist, I appreciate you helping the kids out today. Thank you. They won't stop talking about the soldier who saved the day. Oh, and make sure to give my thanks to Aerith, too.
Sure.
I'm never allowed to talk to her again, but sure. Cloud is just like, I'm going to agree with everything everyone says to me. Yes, I will do that.
Who knew talking to the kids about the past would make me feel so sentimental?
Well, that's exactly what talking to the kids does to people. You have anything to say, sir?
I'll hear the sound of the reactor exploding over and over again.
Sorry to hear that, sir.
Might as well check out Wall Market while I'm down here.
I tried that new Chocobo fabric softener you mentioned.
Doesn't it smell heavenly?
Yeah, I suppose, but it's not strong enough to mask the smell of the water.
Oh, the water down here smells bad, apparently. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Where are we supposed to be going here? We've got a weapons store right here we could check out before we head out. That's Aerith's house. I think it was down here. I think it's this way. Yeah, that's right. It's right over here. The price of strength. So let's just stop by the... We hit the rest shop. Oh, and the Mughal Emporium. We should go there before we leave, too. Okay, we've got a few stops to make.
If you don't look out for yourself, no one else will. That's a lesson for life on the ground floor.
That's sensible. Gotta look out for yourself. Yeah. Okay, this one will raise our magic defense. We do have one of the titanium ones equipped. And for everyone except for Aerith, it's actually a good thing. It's 2,000. We'll consider it.
Got what you need to stay safe?
Gramps has been feeling a lot better ever since he heard about what happened.
Oh, we can't go back there. It's blocked off.
Telling us stories about that damn reactor.
And Chadley's gone too? Well, I guess this is what we're doing tonight then, is just heading on with the story.
Gramps has been feeling a lot better ever since he heard about what happened.
I think I'm going to hang on to those points because they're not going to help us in the short term. Or hang on to the gill. Oh, look who's waiting for us.
Look who it is. Talk about a coincidence.
Excuse me, you're supposed to be sleeping?
Waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I'm not sick of you yet.
Lead on then.
With pleasure.
Oh, hang on while we go through a flashback again.
Cloud? Is something wrong?
It's nothing. You can see the sky.
They're still working on the new plate. I don't like this part of Midgar. Back when they were still building Midgar, there was an accident, and the plate fell. People had only just started moving in, so there weren't a lot living there at the time, but...
Explaining why it's under construction up above, why some of the light gets through. They say not many people were living here, but it looks like there were plenty of people living up top.
And that's?
The underside of Sector 6, Wall Market, a real special place. But I'm sure you already knew that, right?
I didn't tell you? I enlisted pretty much right after I left home. Don't know much about this place, or any of the slums.
Well, it took a lot of people to build Midgar, and they all needed to blow off steam. So some traders built an entertainment district. Inns, shops, bars, the works. Folks started pouring in from all over. Business was booming, money was flowing, which
Temporary
attracted the
boomtown.
attention of some guys who didn't much care for the law.
And now there isn't any.
Right. But instead of trying to solve the problem, the government decided to just wall it in. And that's how Wall Market began. Out of sight, out of mind, as the old saying goes. For the folks in charge, there's no better way to deal with it.
So it's like a giant veil.
Yeah. Wanna see
Just
what's
don't look
behind
over
it?
there.
Not really.
That's good. Because I know a better way to get to Sector 7. One that, tragically, doesn't go through Wall Market. And it's just through this tunnel here. At least it was, back when I was a kid.
So that's the path we would have taken, assuming Aerith had not come with us. But instead, we're going into the underground. Area that's not quite supposed to exist, but it does. Like, Shinra doesn't want you to know that it's there. This is one that always fascinates me. You get in these games, you get like were-rats and things like that that are these giant rats. And then there's just regular rats just hanging out, suddenly looking really adorable.
It's been like this, you know, ever since the plate fell.
And there's no other way?
It'll be an adventure.
All right, we should have some battles coming up here. Looks like our sword is out. Here we go. Oh yeah, these are like the evil seahorses that spin around like that.
Buzz off.
Oh, we need to charge up for an assess here. Watch out, Aerith.
Bring it.
Go on.
Please don't kill it before I can assess it.
Whatever.
That took a long time to get filled up. There we go.
Too bad.
Aquatic monsters that prefer dark, moist places and feed on the blood of living creatures. They detect their prey through vibrations and temperature changes. These creatures start spinning when interrupted. While in this state, they can shrug off melee attacks, so use long-range attacks instead. Stop them from spinning and they become susceptible to staggering. They're worth 46 experience, 3 AP, 57 gil. They drop potions. Rarely they will drop a high potion, and you can steal potions from them. They are weak to frost. No lesser resistances, greater resistances. Resistances. There we go. Immunities or absorbed elements. We've defeated 4 so far, assessed none except now, and we've staggered them and exploited their weaknesses before. Aerith, how about you do the pleasure here of finishing this off with a blizzard?
Don't catch a cold.
Or, you know, just almost finish it off.
That's it.
Yep. It was worth a thought. Didn't quite work there. There it goes.
Get back.
I can fight too.
Oh, we've got a Drake now. Oh, that one so far hasn't been too bad.
One more shot.
I think we're only about halfway. Maybe about a dozen more?
It's on now.
There we go.
Glad that's over.
Me too. Let's use some potions real quick. I should have bought more of these, but I think we'll be okay to the next stop.
What's that?
A big arm. Kinda cute, don't you think?
I mean, it's not a displeasing arm. I don't know if cute's the right language, but... We got a Moogle medal. Well, hopefully we get a chance to be back in Sector 5 to use it. Because we have a bunch now. We had 17, I think, or 13.
Oh, great. Someone's pulled up the ladder.
Well, that's all right.
I wonder if we can use this.
Watch out, I'm going to push the buttons. On the left stick, we're going to rise and lower the arm. On the right stick, we're going to rotate the arm. We're going to have Aerith climb on and off. I do like the hand doesn't have to flip over. The fingers just like go from curving this way to going backwards and up. And obviously I cannot do a backwards closed fist. Maybe some folks are double jointed in such a way. I am definitely not.
Way. Here's an idea. I'll hop on and you give me a ride.
Okay, sounds good.
Absolutely. I'll throw down the ladder for you to climb up after.
Thank you. That's a lot of trust for somebody who just now learned how to operate this machine. Oh, higher? Where are you trying to go to? Oh, there we go.
Piece of cake. Give me a sec.
Never mind the physical impossibility of the machine going partly through the floor there.
What did I tell ya? You did it.
Yeah.
Lift your hands.
All
Give
right,
high fives.
good enough.
No.
Let's keep on trucking.
Stop.
Aw, dang it. I guess we did. The sweeper prototype. Are you different than the other sweepers?
I got your number.
An early prototype of the sweeper. Due to a malfunctioning AI system that engineers could never fix, these units were deemed a failure and discarded in the slums, where they lived on. After repeated attacks, the arms section goes into a rampage, inflicting a certain amount of damage to shut down rampage mode and fill its stagger gauge. Weak to thunder. We get 32 experience, 6 AP, 210 gil. It will drop a Phoenix down. Rarely it will drop a Turbo Ether, and if we had steel equipped, we could steal Turbo Ether from it. That would actually be worth it. Apparently it has a lot of bullets there.
Calling lightning.
Ouch, with the fire? Mean little beastie.
Right.
Okay.
Ouch. Ooh.
Not looking good.
When we're saying step on me, that is not what we meant. Come on, it's almost done. Finish it. Oops, I hit the left arm instead of the center.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, good. That was enough.
Way through here.
Luckily, we have lots of low-level potions for just such a purpose. We do need to use an ether, too. Actually, let's use a couple, because we've got some good battles coming up here. There we go. Oh, what would you like to say, Aerith? Hi.
I wonder if someone blocked it off because of all the monsters that kept showing up.
Pretty dangerous place for kids to play.
Raised in the slums, remember?
You're tough.
That's supposed to be a compliment?
There is a path over here. You just can't go there. This wants us to drop down. There must be something we come back to. Sorry, we've just been warned of an ad break. We'll venture on and hopefully nothing too bad comes up. Of course, we'll pause any cutscenes or anything like that. In 2 high potions, okay. Well, this is just a quick little tunnel. Ready to get out of here? Oh, we're gonna go across this. And never mind, not a quick little tunnel. Hang on, can I turn around? Why did you stay up against the wall? Like, you don't have to stand like that. I mean, there's lots of open space for you. So we can't get back to that other spot where it showed us a little bit of map. Oh, we've got 2 of these things now. One was not fun earlier. Give just a few more seconds here for the ads to officially end. We're just going into another battle, but we just walked through a little tunnel with some ladders, a couple of high potions in a chest. Nothing too exciting. Nope.
Time to burn.
Cloud, get out of there. What are you doing?
Let's do this.
And done. And we're going backwards. Let's go back this way. We're needing to use a lot of magic now. Uh-oh. Is it just me, or do those look like they're about to stand up and attack us? Hi, robots that put themselves back together with random bits of scrap. If you wouldn't mind, I'm just passing through. I want to see if there's any goodies hidden down here. But if you could, like, not attack me for a few moments, that would be great. There's, like, another pathway down here. Okay, that looks like it's the actual way forward. Risk more time in front of these so we can go find out what's up this way. Huh. Oh, there's materia down there too.
Hey, I bet you can grab that container with the arm.
Okay. Grab the container.
Not half bad. So do you moonlight as a crane operator or something?
No, I just have to do all the things. Come on. You can do it, Cloud. She didn't say pause up. Like, how do I get my hands to do that?
Why is it always gotta be so tough? Lucky for me, you'll make this easier.
Yes, ma'am.
Well then, I'm gonna head down.
Okay, Cloud. Ready?
Okay, place the container. Hello, Aerith. Would you like a ride? Will you grab the materia for us? Orb of binding materia?
Okay, right there. Hold on while I drop the ladder.
Thank you. Now, there's a ladder here. Instead of using that one, we're going to go... Oh, you're not going to let me go back? Really? Alright, well, I guess that's the only way we're going. Oh, okay. It won't let us go back that way either, even though they were the same direction.
Cloud, over here.
All right. Ooh, we get a vending machine and a bench. That's good.
Well, jumping's not an option, that's for sure.
Yeah, let's not jump.
Look.
Someone made a campfire.
They found a way down. So can we.
Looks like we have another new song here. The Cosmo Canyon. A disc containing a jazzy song. We'll restock on our potions here since we've been going through them. Grab one high potion. Yes, please. We should grab a couple of ethers. We're doing good on Phoenix Downs this time. Just a few ethers. I like to try to bring things up to multiples of 5. I've probably said that a lot of times, but that's just my general rule in these games. I'm not doing that on Phoenix Downs because 11 is pretty high for that. Unless we end up in a boss fight where we're just dying left and right, and then that's what it is. I do feel like I've been using quite a few of these in our battle time, so we're going to bump that up a little bit more. And I think this is all just the same stuff we've been seeing. Yeah, nothing new there. Nothing new here. And we could pick up an HP up materia, boosts it by 10%, and then as we keep it equipped during battle, it will slowly increase up to 50. Increases your max HP. The total boost limit is 100 when more than one is equipped. So if we had 2 maxed out, we could get a 100% HP boost. But I tend to really keep that reserved for attacks and just one supplemental or 2 supplementals. Oh, and we've got another Drake. A couple of them. I don't know if I've assessed these ones. I feel like I must have, but we'll assess them anyway. Just to be sure.
Best do it right.
Oh, I've defeated 4 before. Spell-weaving airborne lizards that live in the slums. They are usually seen flying closer to the ground than their larger brethren. Hitting them with wind attacks makes them susceptible to staggering, while landing magic attacks on them will bring them to the ground for a short time. They're worth 81 experience, 3 AP, and 132 gil. They drop potions, orbs of gravities on rare occasions, and you can steal Phoenix Downs. They are weak to arrow attacks. Well, I don't have an arrow attack equipped on anybody. I should, but I keep forgetting to do that. Not to mention, I only have 3 elements equipped, and I have ice, fire, and lightning. We need lightning for our robots. That's too common. They're hitting me pretty hard, though. Maybe I need to rethink this. Go with A there, hurt a little bit more.
Never again.
Hang on, Aerith. We're getting close. We'll get rid of A, and then B will be a nice, easier fight.
It's on now.
There we go. And the prayer materia has improved. Right. All right, full health, full MP, heading on to the campfire. There's a ladder here that goes into a hole in the ground. I feel like there would not have been a real ladder in that scenario.
Whoa, not too fast, okay?
Lady Cat, hey, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great, and if you have to get ready for bed and not answer that question, do not feel bad. It's good to see you. I hope everything's going all right. Let's walk across the balance beam. You're doing fine? Glad to hear it. Here we go. Good night indeed. Get some rest. Get some good rest.
Anybody around? Guess it's just us.
Not very likely. That fire's pretty fresh. Who taught them fire safety?
Should we relight it? Have our own campfire?
Did you bring the marshmallows?
I need to get back. Besides,
Looky here, boys! Caught us some burglars!
Coming into our homes and stealing our shit? Doing crimes?
I'd say we're owed compensatory damages.
Composite. I don't get it.
How stupid!
When the henchmen have henchmen.
Compensatory damages is like, it's like compensation for damages.
Oh yeah. That's what you
Okay,
get
then.
When you, no, when somebody else.
we haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, we were just passing through.
Oh, a likely story.
Okay, what do you want?
Nothing but our due recompense, that's all.
Due recompense. Due recompense.
Do recompense?
No shit.
Do wreck them pants? What?
It's like, compensatory damages.
Of course.
Damages recompense. I get it.
Simple as that.
I think we've heard enough.
Oh. Stole 105 gil from me. How dare you? I'm like stuck here and stunned. Cloud, come on. Aerith. Ah, Burke. We're gonna hit you, buddy.
Feeling
Alright, one down. They're all down. That's much better.
Okay, guys, whatever you
Look at this guy. I think we can officially say that he got his butt kicked. I'm pretty sure that he is facing the ground and bent backwards. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Is that his butt in the air? Like, his face looks like maybe it's twisted. Oh no, it's got a mask on. It's just really hard to see. Oh. No, yeah, he's bent backwards. Here, I'm trying to help you get unpretzeled. No. Roll the rest of the way over. We're trying to help. Do I need to use my sword? No. Like your buddy here, he doesn't look like he's too uncomfortable. And this guy's just curled up. But you look like... I don't know, you might need a doctor. Okay, well, while we're here, since you accused us of stealing, we might as well steal. It's always been my feeling. If you're already doing the punishment for being guilty, you know, there is no double jeopardy, so now you have paid for the crime. It's fair game. As I said, compensatory damages.
Shit! Let's get the hell out of here!
Wait, you guys! Don't leave me! I'm coming!
Random question, but why did you quit being a soldier?
That is random.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Did you have any soldier friends? Any war buddies?
No. Not really.
Oh, okay.
All right. Oh, we've got more friends here. Oh, they spotted us. Hello, bandits. And you've got a sweeper. Okay, great. Sweeper, would you mind if I can get rid of these bandits before I worry about you? Oh, that one just got knocked off the edge, too. That's gotta hurt. Cloud, do you want to get up?
Back in it.
Get him!
I can't believe you.
Sorry, I was busy. Oh shit, I might have to redo this battle.
This might be it.
Let's see if we can get Cloud up before before Aerith dies. They sound the same. I had to shout out Aerith on a different stream. Oh no, no! Okay, let's heal before we try this again. Before you forget, next time you come to Seattle, you'll have 3 others tagging along with you. Only one of the 3 has ever been to Seattle. The other 2 have never been. You'll be playing tour guide. Nice. That'll be fun. And trying to make time to see friends. Well, that's where you have to like schedule meetups. Just like we're going to be at this spot and this spot, and share your calendar with some folks. See if we can all get together or do an event or something. I just got back from a trip to Portland, and I was down there just to be there for a friend for a little bit, and I went to connect with my mom, and I didn't know how long I was going to be down for, but I got a hold of my mom, and I was like, hey, I'm down here. I think I'm not going back till the weekend. And we start comparing our schedules, and it was like, we can get together for an hour or 2 on Thursday afternoon, and that's the only time we both have available. And it's like, I'm gonna have to take off some time from work. Like, we'll make it happen, but it is so tricky with scheduling. Ouch. Yeah, of course Cloud fell unconscious. Good thing we got those Phoenix downs. Cloud, would you try to stay alive? Maybe try to not get hit by this thing? Just for a minute? Alright, Cloud is alive and has a limit. Let's do this.
You're as good as dead.
Get him!
You thought you might have somebody rent a banquet room or something and have someone make a banner that says "Welcome home, our Duchess Lady Cat." Or just use your name. Nice. Are you moving back or just coming for a visit? And I assume that I have met at least one of these people that is coming with you. Also, of course, the other question, do you have a ballpark idea of when? I'm planning a couple of trips this year. I don't know when yet. One is going to be, well, I know one of them. I'm going to be in October for TwitchCon, so October 20th, that weekend. With 3 others and just a visit. Okay. But I promised a friend a trip, which has not been determined as to when yet. But we're talking about maybe popping over to Hawaii or something like that, making a proper vacation of it. Once all of things are working out and schedules are peaceful enough to actually be able to take a vacation and really enjoy it. Wait, did I turn around and go backwards? Aerith, where are we going? I don't know how I got turned around backwards here. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we've got a couple of arms, a bridge, ladder way out of there.
Heading down.
Way there.
You're in charge of the arm. Got it?
Assumption is more than likely correct, and you don't know when yet. You have to wait and see when the extremely ill... Oh. I 100% understand. In hospice, yeah, you do what you have to do, so... Well, hopefully on the next trip, we'll be able to connect this time. Okay, so we can change arms. We're coming to here. We do have a piece of materia up there. Let me get this container out of the way first. Can I put it up here? I think so. Too far. Let's get the money together to buy things, of course. Yeah, totally understand that. Like I said, planning 2 vacations this year. One to TwitchCon, so it's figuring out a place in Vegas, flights, you know, food, all that stuff. Plus, of course, tickets to the convention. That one's only a few days, but tend to go over Thursday, stay until Monday so that I don't have to do the mad rush, like mid-convention, trying to say goodbye to everybody and run to the airport. Like, that's no fun. So hoping that my friends will be able to do that as well this year. Aerith, if you don't mind, would you go grab us that materia? Anyway, I know you said you need to go to bed, so get some sleep. You're welcome to hang out as long as you want, but I don't want you to feel you have to stick around. Okay, let's set you down first. Because I have to move that container again. I didn't even look to see what I got. Again, I keep forgetting to actually pay attention to the words on the screen that say, hey, you got this materia. So we'll look in our inventory in a minute. When it comes to meals, you're thinking of giving the rest of you the real Seattle experience. Dick's Ivers, former turf, then changed to Luddy's, and soon to be reopened again as Luddy's. Tour spots just as the Space Needle, Bruce Lee's grave, other essentials, Columbia Tower observation deck, other things. Okay, those all sound fantastic. Beth's just reopened like last week as well. So if you need that late night 12 egg omelet experience, it's a thing again. Why can I not get you into position? There we go. Good night. That'll be fun to plan, so hope you have some good dreams. All right, Aerith. Here you go. Can I drop you off here? Oops. Sorry. Didn't mean to shake you up that much. Here you go. Let's bring this around and switch arms and figure out where the other one is supposed to go. Hopefully it's not supposed to go on top of the first one. I think we're just supposed to offer her a ride right here. Don't crush Aerith. Nope, I was wrong. The ads have started and the ads have ended because I wasn't paying that close attention. There it goes. Try stacking the containers. We've already figured that out, but thank you for waiting to backseat me there, game. If I was Aerith, I would be so mad right now. I'm glad that she took the night off. Like, Cloud, you're shaking me up. Like, what the hell? Knock it off. Be a little more gentle. Come on. Okay, now we can give her a ride. Aerith, are you willing to give me another chance? Can we try that again? You're so sweet. Thank you. All right, we're going to drop you off right here. checking something really quick for something unrelated. Okay, let's get this arm out of the way. Oh, good. We're going to the other side. What precision! Drop that down right next to her there. Like, right next to her head.
Thanks for the lift. I'll have that ladder down for you in a sec.
Thank you, Aerith. Thank you for putting up with all my nonsense there and getting us some materia. That was great.
That went pretty well.
Sure did.
Huh? Wait a minute. Did you just...
Nope.
No, I certainly didn't go for a high five that you didn't offer
We'll be
me.
on the same page next time.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, okay?
Totally awkward moments. Not being on the same page. My, like, first girlfriend in high school, whenever we would go to kiss, it would be like one of us would go for an open mouth kiss and the other one a closed mouth kiss. Like weird little things like that. Every time we would go to connect, it would be just slightly different ways. One of those, like, should have been a real quick sign that, yeah, this isn't the one for you.
Hold it right there.
Like, you two are not in sync on anything. Like, you quickly adjust for the second one, but still. Oh. How did you even zap me there? 900 gil. Jeez. It wasn't enough for your buddies to take 100. You're like, we're taking more now. You're over here telling stories, not even paying attention to what's going on. The bandits are just going to take everything. Ooh, that was cool. Her eyes glowed right before she cast that spell.
We made it. Smell the fresh air?
Wait. Aerith, what the hell did you do to the other two? It did not want to let me through there.
Cloud, up top.
I'm gonna slow his arms moving. All right. You got a high five, buddy.
All right, there it is. The gate to Sector 7.
Looks shut. How do we open it?
More importantly, how about we take a break? Sound good?
No. I don't have time for...
Up there looks nice. Come on. You know, a long time ago, I used to sell flowers here.
Oh, yeah?
So, Cloud, you were a soldier first class, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
Really? What's weird about it?
Nothing. Just that you were the same rank.
Huh? As who?
The first guy I ever loved.
What's his name? I probably know him.
Are you okay? Wow. Your eyes.
Oh. It's 'cause of the Mako. All soldiers have them.
Don't think that's what she meant.
I know. Sorry, I'm bumming you out. We should go. Gotta look forward, not back.
Saying goodbye. Is she going back now?
Here. This won't take long.
I was going to say I didn't remember this, but I remember the tunnel underneath the toys to get through between the sectors.
Want to get to Sector 7 in style? This is the passageway for you.
So...
Go ahead.
You gonna be okay getting home?
And if I said I wasn't?
I'll go with you.
I thought you needed to get back. Don't worry. I have a backup route for emergencies, and it's safer too.
Of course you do. I could have taken you through a nice other route that would have been just fine.
Guess this is it then. Ready?
Not yet.
No.
Aw, you big softy. Gonna miss me?
I mean, yes. But right now I want to jump across these. Do a little training. What else can I interact with? How else can I waste time and stay here as long as it's possible? I can't sit on that bench. Can't swing, but can move the swings. I don't think they'll let us go over here. No. Okay. Alright. Bye, Aerith.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And right as we're getting ready to go through, the gate opens.
Yeah! Tifa?
Cloud, you're alive. I thought we'd lost you.
What's going on?
Shh. I'll explain everything later. But now I'm on my way to see Don Corneo. You should head back to 7th Heaven, meet up with the gang.
But...
I'll be fine. You've seen how much ass I can kick?
I have.
Yeah? Yeah!
Okay. Good luck, Tifa. Hopefully we'll see you again
You
soon.
don't. You're going after her.
She's a big girl. She can handle the likes of him. And worse.
You don't know Corneo. It doesn't matter how strong or smart you think you are. He'll find a way to turn it against you. And where is she going to meet him? A mansion filled with his goons. Come on. Aren't you worried what might happen in there? You have to help her. Come on!
Okay.
Well, Sector 6 slums it is.
Cloud,
Here we go.
Gotta hurry!
Inventory full. Hello, hello. Welcome in. How's your night going? Or day, depending on your time zone. We just played our way tonight through Sector 5. I think so. Things are going good. We've been doing a bunch of side quests, little mini boss fights and stuff.
Hey there. Where you headed?
You gave a ride to a girl earlier. Do you have any idea where she went?
No, and if you don't need a ride, then get the hell out of here. Can't you see I'm trying to work?
Can't
Of
say
course.
I can, no.
What'd you say to me, you little...
What's all the ruckus out here? I don't know you. What's your story?
We're looking for a
You've
girl.
been playing this
who's
as
one of
well.
your
Nice. First
Can you help us
playthrough?
find her?
Depends. What do you want with this girl of yours?
Guess. We want to save...
Save her from a life without this handsome guy.
Huh?
So, that's how it is, huh? Well, I get a lot of customers. Hard to keep track of them all.
Oh, you never played the original
This
either.
girl,
Nice.
What's she look like?
Well...
Well, I really hope that I'm not dropping any spoilers by the part that we're at here in the game. I played the original. I think it was the first game that I ever played all the way through twice. I had it on PC instead of PlayStation, although I do have it on... I think I have it on PlayStation. I think it's one of the games that I got a copy of, but I don't know if I have it yet. I do have the original when they did the remaster just before they released this. And I'm kind of working through all of the different Final Fantasy games. We were playing 2 when my computer broke. So we're way back in the series working through, and this was actually a subathon goal from back in August, and I've been doing it in cosplaying as Aerith, which has been really fun. I think you're about 70% of the way through, so no spoilers for you at this point of the game. Good. I'm glad to hear it. It's one of my favorite game stories. The gameplay, obviously the original, it's chunky pixels and it can be a little bit weird, but I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to see where they take the rest of this one. I was watching another streamer who is living in Japan and actually learned Japanese so that she could play through Final Fantasy VII in Japanese, and I love that. So I do have a Japanese version of Final Fantasy IX back on the shelf behind me, and an import PS1 so that I can actually play that in the original language, and once I've studied enough to figure out how to read it. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But yeah, so this one I've done both, and I'm just really happy with how they're doing this. But what she told me was that I should actually stop, and after playing through this one again, before I go into Intergrade, Yuffie's story, to go backwards and play Crisis Core. So I actually picked up a copy of that because they just did the complete re-release of that as well. So I'm looking forward to playing that one next and extending out the story a little bit, because I've never played Crisis Core, and I know that that's the kind of the previous story of some of the other characters, some of the Turks when they're younger, Cloud becoming a soldier, all of that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to adding that story in to know what's going on with this. She's great at handling the books. I think that handling the books is probably not the thing that people are going to recognize about Tifa. If we say she's in great shape or a great fighter, I feel like both of those would be accurate. And in this sense, she's a great fighter.
She's a great fighter.
I'm not sure that helps.
Wait a minute. You talking about Tifa?
That's her.
Oh, looks like someone's got a bit of a crush. Hate to break your heart, kid, but it's gonna be a long while before she sees the light of day again.
What do you mean?
She's a real pretty girl. Corneo's hosting another audition, and Tifa was chosen as a candidate.
An audition for what?
For the title of the next Mrs. Corneo. She's what he likes all rolled into one sweet package. Having scouted girls for so long, I know his taste better than my own. And considering those tastes, I can guarantee you this. She won't be walking out of that mansion anytime soon, if at all.
So where can we find this Don Corneo?
What are you asking for? Thinking of raising holy hell or something? Do what you got,
needed.
But leave me out of it. I told you what you want to know. Now take a walk.
And there goes our best lead yet. Maybe we'll have better luck in town. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I don't know if it should be or not. Just that was what she had recommended. She said that way you get to see like Sung when he's young, and that it's important for understanding the story and how that plays out. From playing the original, I know a little bit of Yuffie's story anyway, but I was like, since I already know a bit of it and I haven't played Intergrade yet, I might as well take a little detour and find out something new. So I'm looking forward to it. Welcome to Sector 6 Wall Market.
Welcome to Wall Market, the pleasure capital of Midgar that's got everything for everybody. Couple, huh? It's all good. Play together, do your own thing, earn a little scratch on the side even. Whatever you're into, we got you. Got a special one-time limited offer.
No, thank you. Come on, Cloud. Let's go.
So, what kind of mischief you looking to get up to tonight?
Oh, you're not actually going to let me in on that one-time limited offer. Huh? It's over now. Just struck you that Chocobo Sam would make a good Joel from The Last of Us. Oh, he totally would.
All we gotta do is steer clear of the shady areas.
All right, I think this is actually a good spot to wrap for the night. We've been on for just about 4 hours, and I know we want to get out of here before the next ad runs anyway. I don't have the manager up, so I can't pause them if they decide to come in right now. So let me think about where to go here.
Hold on. Let me look at the guidebook first. Don't be chicken. What's life without a little danger?
Exactly. We're in Wall Market, the town of pleasure and pain and pleasurable pain.
All right, let's go over to Bagel Rabbit. It was nice to meet you too. Of course, I've met you in the chat on another channel that hopefully you're also enjoying, as they're also raiding out to a different location, but I'll see you back there, I'm sure. Let me hit that button real quick for the raid. we're going to pop out and go see Bagel Rabbit. Bagel Rabbit is another transgender streamer. She is from the New Zealand area and plays music, primarily violin, and plays by ear. Does a great job, creates some amazing music. We'll take just our standard raid message over. I got a chance to play some Among Us with her a couple of weeks ago when we were doing a charity stream, raising money for Gamers for Trans Rights and the Trans Justice Funding Project. So that was a blast. So we'll take our little crowd and head over and say hi. We'll be back Friday for more Hollow Knight. Sunday, I should be back. I'm going to Portland, but hopefully we'll be back in time for another PJs and Painting stream. And then back again next Monday. Hopefully we'll see Aerith back again next week. Until then, I'll see you back here on your own channels or elsewhere on Twitch. And until then, bye!